Today's video is going to be a summer balayage transformation. Now, to give you some history on Jessica's hair, you guys can see on the left, we have previously gotten her really light. So it has been 8 months since she has been in the salon, and now you guys can see her hair is definitely faded. It needs some color touch up. It needs a haircut and a few other things. So we're going to take her to this now really gorgeous, soft and blended color that is perfect for summertime. It's just a lot softer. It'll be easy to grow out so she can grow her hair a little bit longer. And you guys can see before and after is just really beautiful. So to do this color, I'm going to first go in and balayage. I'm using my Blonde Me with 30 volume, and I am using Continuum in there. For balayaging, you want it to be a thicker consistency, so more like a whipped formula. And I'm using my Framar brush. Now guys, this brush is so amazing. It's so soft and feathered on the ends that it just does the most incredible balayage for your clients. So what I do is I start from the nape area and I take out a nice sized section and I just do it completely straight across. I'm going to hold this kind of pinched toward the mid part of it, and then I'm going to start adding my color to the mid shaft area. So I'm going to start brushing this onto the top because I'm doing a balayage. We're only applying this to the surface of the hair. And then you guys can see me towards her roots. I'm feathering that up really soft so that when we rinse this off, it's going to be a very soft transition. And I'm only taking it down to the parts where I have previous colored, so I'm not going to overlap because as you guys saw, her ends are already really bright. We don't need to go back in and brighten them. I'm just doing this to touch up where her dark level 1, 2 hair is. So in this session, I'm actually going to be using my cellophane wrap. So I'm using the Framar plastic wrap cutter. I love this because, like I was talking to her about, it is a lot less bulky and heavy than foils and a lot more comfortable, and I can see the color as it processes. So I'm working in about 1 to 1.5 inch sections going all over her head from front to back. When I get into bigger sections from, I guess, ear to ear, I'm going to be splitting these in half so that I have a little bit less hair to work with, so it's easier for me to go in and put the color where I want it. I am taking out subsections, so I'm not doing every single piece of her hair. So I'm just going to continue to do the same exact thing and apply this from the mid shaft and then feathering up towards her roots and doing this all the way towards the front of her face. I love this plastic wrap. It is so awesome. You guys can see your color transforming while you do it, and it's just amazing. So I'm going to do kind of like an up close shot of me putting the color on. So you guys can see I do it pretty solid right in that mid shaft area. And then when I get towards those roots, I'm just going to really lightly feather that up. So as I said, it gets rinsed off and it's so beautiful. I love using this wrap. It's a little tricky once you first learn how to start using it, but it is awesome. And you guys can see her entire head is done and it's great. I'm going to go pop her under the dryer to let her process. I'm going to put it on medium heat and allow her to kind of lift to the color that I want. This is the Framar plastic wrap cutter. It is amazing. So it helps to make a little cut line so that you guys can do it to any shape or size that you want, or size, not shape, but any size. So then I rinsed and shampooed her, and then I allowed her hair to blow dry to 80%. Now I'm going to go in and tone. So what I'm doing is I'm taking about 1.5 inch sections and I'm going to go in and tone her hair. So she already has all of her balayage put in. The reason why I'm doing it like this is because I want to be able to see exactly where I'm putting in this color. So I used a 7NW and 7GB for the root area so that it is a little bit darker, not too dark, but still a little bit darker because we want it to be a very easy grow out color for her hair. We want it to still be lighter than her obvious natural 1, 2 roots of her own natural color, but we still want it to be on the darker side and then her ends really bright. So I'm painting this like I said, again, visually where I want to see it. So I'm taking it about halfway down the hair, and then I'm going in with 9NW and 9GB on her ends and really rubbing this in. So in some areas, I am taking this color higher. I'm leaving the, let's say, Formula 1, which is the level 7, at the roots. I'm taking that higher in some places, lower in some places, so that we get a really organic look at the very end when we rinse all of this out. I love doing it this way because having it dry, it doesn't dilute your color as much, so you can really get a lot of saturation. So she's not having to come back in, you know, a month and get retoned. So we're going to put this all over, put it in where I want it to be, and then allow her to sit for about 15-20 minutes to allow the color to process and really tone all of that hair exactly where we want it. So unfortunately, the end color got a little darker and ashier than I initially had wanted it to. So the 7NW and the 9NW and 9GB ended up going ashy on her hair. Sometimes that happens, people. You can't predict everything. So what I did is we went to the bowl, we rinsed her hair. Like I said, her ends were too dark and ashy. So I used the Pravana color extractor. If you guys ever get in a bind with a toner, this stuff will take out that color in a second. It is amazing. No damage. You don't have to go in and bleach their hair again. So I just rinsed that out, and then I toned her ends with 3/4 of 9G and 1/4 of 9N, and it was perfect. So then I applied the step 2 of Continuum, which is Rosen. I cut her hair and then I blew dry it. And you guys can see this transition was just so beautiful. Her hair looks very, obviously not natural, but very summery and beautiful and soft, with still working with her roots so that she doesn't have to get her hair colored for a little while, and it just looks absolutely amazing for summer. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see a kind of blonde, sombre, rooty color, go ahead and check this video out. I will have it in the description box linked down below.